Welcome, fellow otter enthusiasts. Prepare for a rollicking ride through the world of our favorite furry comedians, the Otters. Now who's ready for some Otterly Hilarious fun? Our journey today takes us to the world of the otter, an animal that has mastered the art of living life on the slippery edge. These slick swimmers are not just aquatic acrobats but also, as we'll soon discover, the jesters of the animal kingdom. With their playful pranks, clumsy capers, and amusing antics, otters give a whole new meaning to the phrase funny business. As we navigate this otter odyssey, we'll witness their unique behaviors and lifestyles that are as entertaining as they are endearing. From their adorable waddle to their ingenious use of tools, otters never cease to amaze or amuse. But be prepared for some unexpected chuckles because otters are full of surprises. They're witty, they're unpredictable, and they're about to show us just how much fun life can be when you're an otter. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into some otter madness. First up, we have our otters showcasing their, impeccable lack of grace. Now, otters are known for their playful, energetic nature, but sometimes this zest for life can lead them into some rather, shall we say, uncoordinated situations. Picture this: an otter, basking in the sun on a slippery rock, decides to take a quick snooze. Just as he's drifting off into dreamland, gravity decides to play its part, and our furry friend goes slipping and sliding into the water with a splash that could rival any Olympic diver. And if you thought otters were smooth operators in the water, think again. Here's another scene for you. An otter, eyes on the prize, a delicious-looking fish just within reach. He lunges, he dives, he completely misses and ends up with a mouthful of water instead. Talk about a seafood diet. You see food, and you can't quite catch it. And let's not forget about otter interactions. When it comes to socializing, otters are like the life of the party. But as we've seen, they can be a bit clumsy. Imagine a group of otters all vying for the same toy. In the ensuing chaos, they're tripping over each other, bumping into everything, and generally causing pandemonium. It's like watching a furry version of musical chairs, where the music never stops, and the chairs are constantly moving. But here's an interesting fact about otters. Despite their clumsy antics, these creatures are incredibly skilled at using tools. They're one of the few animals known to use rocks to crack open shells and get to the tasty morsels inside. I guess when you're as clumsy as an otter, you have to be good at something, right? Well, they might not be winning any agility awards, but they sure win at making us laugh. Let's face it, otters may not have the grace of a ballet dancer or the precision of a seasoned acrobat, but there's one thing they do have: the ability to put a smile on our faces with their utterly hilarious antics. And isn't that what really matters? Next on our otter adventure, we're peeking into the otter's playground, a place where the rules of the game are as fluid as the rivers they call home, and the only objective is to have an utterly good time. Picture this: a sleek, furry creature, a stone in its paws, juggling with the ease of a seasoned circus performer. That's right, otters are natural-born entertainers, with their favorite plaything being, of all things, a simple stone. But don't let the simplicity fool you. These aquatic acrobats can make a stone dance like a prima ballerina on a Broadway stage. But the fun doesn't stop at juggling. Oh no, these whiskered comedians are also fans of the slip and slide. Watch as they hurl themselves down embankments, tumbling, somersaulting, and sliding their way to the water's edge. It's like a nature-themed water park, where the only ticket required is a sense of adventure and a healthy dose of playful spirit. And let's not forget the wrestling matches. These bouts of playful tussling are a sight to behold. Otters are masters of the playful grapple, their slick, agile bodies twisting and turning in a dance of friendly competition. There's no need for a championship belt here. The reward is the joy of the game and the satisfaction of a good tumble. From the stone juggling acts to the exhilarating slides and the friendly wrestling matches, the otter's playground is a place of constant delight and amusement. These playful creatures remind us that life isn't all about survival. Sometimes it's about finding joy in the simple things like a stone, a slide, or a good-natured wrestle. So the next time you're feeling bogged down by the seriousness of life, remember our furry friends and their playful antics. Sometimes, all it takes is a little playtime to put a smile on your face. Who knew otters could give professional wrestlers a run for their money? Now, let's move on to some solo performances, courtesy of our talented otters. Picture this: an otter, alone on a rock, juggling pebbles like it's auditioning for the circus. You'd think it was training for the Otter Olympics, the way it flips and tosses those stones with such precision. It's a sight that would put any professional juggler to shame. Next up on our otter talent show, we have an otter grappling with a clamshell. Now you might assume that an otter, being as skilled and resourceful as it is, would have no trouble opening a clamshell. Well, think again. This little critter is having quite the struggle, pushing and pulling, twisting and turning, all to no avail. It's like watching a toddler trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. But don't worry, after a few minutes of hilarious trial and error, our otter friend finally manages to crack the code. Talk about perseverance. And then there are those otters who, when left to their own devices, become the maestros of their own symphony. Have you ever heard an otter sing? Well, it's not quite the melodious tune you'd expect. It's more of a squawk, a squeal, a series of high-pitched noises that could easily be mistaken for a broken kazoo. But hey, who are we to judge? In the otter world, this could be the next big hit. Of course, you can't have a solo performance without a grand finale. And what's grander than an otter belly sliding down a muddy hill? It's a sight to behold, this otter careening down the slope, paws in the air, without a care in the world. It's the epitome of joy, of freedom, of living life on the edge, otter style. Bravo, otters! You've truly mastered the art of solo entertainment. As we near the end of our otter escapade, we have a special treat for you. Now you might think you've seen it all. Otters being clumsy, otters at play, and the general antics of these furry jesters. But oh, how wrong you are. For the grand finale, we're turning the otter humor up a notch. You're about to witness a twist that only an otter could pull off. Picture this. An otter, let's call him Otis, is having a grand old time, frolicking around when he stumbles upon a peculiar object. Now to you and I, it's clear as day, it's a stone. But to our friend Otis, it's a new playmate. He nudges it, waits for a response, nudges it again, and then gives it an affectionate otter-style hug. Yes, folks, it seems Otis has found himself a stone-cold friend. And if you thought that was the end of our otter twist, brace yourself for more. For our next act, we have an otter who's about to meet his match, literally. While exploring, he encounters a shiny surface. Curious and excited, he inches closer, only to jump back in shock. What could have possibly scared our brave otter explorer, his own reflection? Yes, folks, it seems our otter friend is his own worst otter enemy. Isn't it strange how otters, in their quest for fun and adventure, end up creating the most hilarious situations for themselves? But that's just the way of the otter, always ready to bring a smile to your face with their unexpected, charming antics. And there you have it, folks. Otters, the comedians of the animal kingdom. Remember, life is like an otter, unpredictable, hilarious, and always ready to surprise you. Until next time, keep ottering around.